Good morning, everybody. Sorry it's a little bit late, but I had my housewife and mother duties to do, so I've done everything I've got to do. I've done everything I've got to do. I've got my washing out, all the pots is washed up, all the windows and doors is open. I've had a quick tidy up in here, emptied the bins. You have to do what you have to do. So CCTV user was already waiting, but he said he was going to get a coffee. I was just about to go live and Mr. P rang me. He couldn't go to the spot where he wanted to go, so he's got a bit further down. He just rang me to say, look, I'm parked up, I might not be able to come into the live stream because the signal, like the phone signal, wasn't very good where he was. So he says, I didn't want you to worry and wonder why I hadn't sort of come into the live stream. So yeah, so all's good. So I say, I decided because I'd got stuff to do, like emptying the bins, dusting, whatever, that I wanted to stop at home. I was waiting for the washing machine to finish. And obviously people in the UK know that it's a gloriously sunny day, sunny bank holiday, should I say. And I've got my sort of summery dress on. So yeah, so I've done what I need to do. And I've got a wasp buzzing around. You can tell it's sunny. Hey, oh, hello, Mr. Pixie. He did say that if he didn't come in, he couldn't get a signal, but he's got a signal, obviously. And hiya, Choppers Rules. Hiya, Jennifer. Thanks for joining me. So as I say, here in the UK, it is gloriously sunny. I needed or wanted to do all my jobs before I settled down. Mr. Eagle VP spoke to us last night and said it was going out and about. I mean, I don't know whether any of you went in Vlog from the Bogs, but Mr. Eagle VP fell asleep in the sun yesterday, so he was a bit flushed. I think he'd caught the sun on his face. So, but we were all pulling in, well, Mr. P and everybody else were pulling to piece because he fell asleep. Well, that's it, Mr. P. It's best sort of wherever possible not to go very far. And same as I said to Mr. P on the phone, I wanted to stay here. I wanted to get my jobs done, and sort of by going with Mr. P, I knew I'd be bored. I mean, look here, we only went sort of, we didn't, sort of sit out in the sun, and that's without sitting in the sun. So I'm like a beetroot. So yes, I do catch sun very easily, and this is where in factor 50. So don't you mean good views, Mr. P? You've put food. You can tell that what Mr. P is thinking about because he's put food instead of good. Choppers Roll says, I don't go out in the sun very much often. I'm afraid I might burst it. Well, you see, this is the thing. We sort of didn't actually sit out in the sun yesterday, only like while we had the coffee and as breakfast outside the cafe. Other than that, we've been indoors, and that's me. So yeah, so I have to be very careful. I mean, even though I had the like factor 50 on, I still burn. So on the weather this morning, it says we might even reach highs of 29 degrees centigrade, which is about 84 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the hottest for the beginning of May in over 40 years. So there you go. That's another fact for you. Pixie says, I don't get burnt often, lol, but you watch. Well, it'll probably come back like red as a lobster, but by the morning, it'll be brown. But I don't. I do eventually go brown, but it takes sort of days and days and days. As you can see from my chest, it's still red from yesterday. But mine don't go red immediately, like Mr. P does, it's all right, I feel like I've got a, you know, when you've got an hair on your face and it's like irritating you. So, but same as I said, make the most of it while you can, while the sun's out. And CCTV uses an awfully long time to just to say that he was only going for a coffee. He's probably gone for a little snack as well while he was there. Oh, it's now 24 degrees centigrade on Hart. Some parts of Yorkshire have been the hottest day. If I've just said that, Mr. P. It did say on the weather forecast channel this morning that it was going to probably be the hottest day in 40 years. So basically, Mr. P's just told you what I bet he's cutting the grass. Well, it did sort of message Mr. P this morning. It did see, and he says, "Is any of you going live? Because I want to get out to cut my lawn." And as you can see, I've caught it on my face as well. So let's excuse me a minute because I can't read the chat because I'm blind as a bat without my glasses. Hi, Chris Gomez. Thank you for joining the live stream. So as I say, here in the UK, it is absolutely scorching. And I only went out for, what, 5 minutes to peg the washing out, and I could feel it burning the back of my neck. So yeah. So and as you can see, I'm sweating like a good one. And some say, and I went out for 5 minutes to peg the washing out, and I could feel it burning the back of my neck. Too much information, Mickey, until you get home or find a toilet. It's 20. See, Mr. P said it was 21, but they're estimating that we will get temperatures of up to 29 degrees. So basically, the weather forecast are saying it's going to be the hottest May day. It's all right. I've just seen a wasp, and all of a sudden it did a nosedive. That's why I went like that, because I sort of seen it nosedive. It's probably suffering from heat exhaustion. Hiya, Charlene. Thank you for joining us. We don't really want to know that, Mr. P. We don't know. We don't want to know that you're probably going behind a wall to have a wee. Oh. So as I say, we're expected temperatures of that today, and I'm melting already. So I don't know how you cope in that sort of temperatures. Hey, Sahara, welcome for joining us. Yeah, so I don't know how you survive in them sort of temperatures, because I'd be in a puddle on the floor. I'd be melting. Some say I've only been outside hanging the washing out, and my hair is absolutely wet through at the front. So, and Pixie says it's going to be 28 in places in the UK today. Hi, Mr. Moore. Thank you for joining the live stream. It is Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, and it's a gloriously sunny day. Hence the reason I've got me. It is actually, it's not a top, it's actually a maxi dress. So I've got the dresses out today. So yes, so I thought, well, it's going to be a gorgeous sunny day. Sorry about the waddling about. I'm trying to move. Going to be a gloriously sunny day. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going to get my sleeveless maxi dress out. Hey, Nick. Hi, Kenneth the Farm. How are you today? Just saying, it's glorious here today. As you can see behind me, that's the kitchen in there. The sun is beaming through the kitchen window. It's absolutely glorious out there today. As you can see, Mr. P's in the chat is out flying the drone. I'd got jobs to do, etc. Hey, that were a long coffee, Mr. CCTV. Hey, hello, Harry. Thank you for joining us. yeah, so, you know, I thought Eagle VP had contacted us last night saying he was going to be out in the morning. You know, did I want to do the coffee morning, etc. But I've got jobs to do. Bye, Pixie. See you in a bit. And P3, Mr. Pixie, is out flying his drone. So this is the third day on the trot because of the glorious weather that he's been out flying the drone. Oh. CCTV user said I had to have a beef and raw onion back while in the kitchen. Well, you see, I'm going to wait till Mr. P comes back from flying the drone and then we'll all sit down to lunch. Oh, we see what Pixie does, Harry, is right, we came in yesterday afternoon, got the Sunday lunch started and everything, and he takes the battery, recharges it, takes the controller, recharges it, you know, and anything else that he's got to recharge, like he uses a media pad now. So basically, he puts everything on charge because, same as he says, you know, while the weather's nice, he may as well go out and fly the drone. So, you know, I mean, I went with him yesterday, and that's the result of it. I got burnt to a crisp. Went to, if you haven't already seen it, P3, Castleton in Derbyshire is absolutely outstanding views. It was absolutely brilliant. I was at the Truck Fest with SCS software game developers yesterday, and the most, I bet that was interesting. Mr. P would be interested in something like that. But yeah, same as I say, if anybody lives not far away from the Derbyshire area, I would highly recommend Castleton. Yes, it got a little bit busy because it is like a biker venue. There was a lot of lovely bikes, a lot of what we call posh cars, you know, sports cars, etc. And you know, if you haven't already watched it, P3 Productions, I urge you to do so, because and the thing is as well, when he was flying the drone, there's like a hillside, and it actually it captured the clouds moving across, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, yes, I'm a little bit biased, but I thought the quality, because it's got the P4 and it's 4K, I thought the quality was absolutely outstanding. Oh, Chopper's Rule said they had 700 Harley Davidson bikes in the park over the weekend. We see there, where we went yesterday, Chopper's Rules, there was all sorts. There was Harley Davidsons, Royal Enfield, you know, and it is like a biker's meetup spot. I mean, we went a few weeks ago, and that was on a Sunday as well. And some of the bikes were absolutely fantastic. You know, it's not, we thought we were going to have trouble parking up, but it's just a case of sort of going down further down the road, and the spot where Mr. P picked to fly the drone, we got parked right there. No, Nick, it's out at the moment. I was too busy. I'd got jobs to do, washing to put out. I wanted to tidy up, empty it, bin, you know, general housewifey stuff, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't sort of going too far today, you know, but he wanted to get out with the weather being glorious. And I said, well, I want to go live. Two, I've got quite a few jobs that I need to do. So, hey, Salty Notes. So I said to Mr. P, I says, I'm going to give it a miss today, because one, as well, it's going to be roasting, and I put factor 50 on yesterday and got burnt to a crisp look. So, and I only went out for 5 minutes to hang my washing out, and I could feel it burning the back of my neck. So when it's sort of really, really hot like it is today, my best option is to stay indoors, I'm afraid. I've got all the windows open, I've got all the doors. Hi, Renee Unrated. How are you? So yes, not being like a party pooper or anything, but for myself, I just go red. I'm like a beetroot, and you know, the best thing for me is really to stay indoors, really, and sort of go out as little as possible in the sun. Renee says I'm okay trying to get to 1K, but as a lot of you know that come in here, I reached the 1K mark last Wednesday evening, so I was absolutely ecstatic about that. I was just discussing with Mr. P yesterday, should I do a giveaway? And he kept saying, well, you don't have to if you don't want to. You know, it's entirely up to you. I want to do like a small video, you know, thanking everybody that supported me. And, you know, honestly, when I say I appreciate everybody that supports me, I really do. And I try and get around as many channels and, you know, either comment on the videos, go into the live streams as I can. So, you know, if anybody wants to support Renee, I mean, there's another young lad, P3 Productions, is an up and coming drone flyer. He's only I don't know whether he's 14 or 15. He's only a young lad. He's about the same age as my son, and he is an avid drone flyer. So yeah, so you know, if you want to support each other, then by all means do so. I encourage it, you know, because when all said and done, this is the way that channels grows, and without that support, you know, we wouldn't have YouTube, would we? We wouldn't have the channels that we've got. And just on that note, I am going to be doing a red velvet cake later on. I've got the recipe already. I've got the ingredients. So yeah. So later on, I will be doing some a vlog on how to make a red velvet cake. And hi, Supermom Styles, thank you for joining us. So yeah, so I can't guarantee that it's going to be up later because same as I say, it's the bank holiday here. My husband, who is Pixie's channel, is out flying the drone. So when he comes back, we'll probably be having a spot of lunch. And then I've sort of got a few, you know, a few more jobs. So I've got a tag here right on my shoulder and it's irritating me. Sorry if I'm sort of twitching about a little bit, but as you can see, the tag is right here and it's getting a little bit irritating. It's the first time I've wore this dress, so I think it's going to have to come out. Oh, you had to get a new phone on Saturday, Chopper's Rules. And what phone did you get, Mr.? Hi, Tracer Senpai. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a glorious day here in the UK. We've got the glorious sunshine. It's going to be the hottest day for 40 years. So everything's good. So what phone did you end up getting on Saturday, Chopper's Rules? You see, basically, I've just got a bog standard Samsung. Now, it was my son's old phone, but it does for what I want it to do, basically. Oh, very posh. Very posh. Samsung. And I'll tell you something, Mr. P has got the S7 and the picture quality of it is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, you've sort of got the next one up to the one Mr. P had, and he thinks that one's good picture quality. So I can only imagine the fantastic quality of the pictures or video or whatever. Oh, you need a new phone for to do videos for my channel. I'm gonna say you'll get there eventually, you know, to do everything that you need to do. Same as I say, Pixie's channel is my husband, and he does all my filming for me when I'm doing the cookery vlogs. So yeah, so it, you know, it's a case of you know, he's got a camera, he's got like a drone as well. So oh, you have the Samsung S8 Plus. Same as I say, Pixie's got the S7 because he bought that just before the S8 came out, and he thought you know. And Renee says that I'm broke to get one. I know the feeling. It's sort of this time of the month where Mr. P only gets paid monthly, so I know the feeling of being broke and whatever. You know, it's the old case of it comes in one hand and goes out the other in this house, you know, because you've got your like insurance to pay, and you've got the rent to pay, and all the other things, council tax, and you know, all the household bills. Oh, Sony Xperia. Well, that's it. I mean, like, you know, people that are serious about I mean, like, people are serious about the YouTube channels. You know, they like to improve on, you know, on the content, on the footage, and basically the quality of the video that you're making. Yeah, you know, same as I say, Mr. P only gets paid monthly. You know, so it's sort of like when it gets towards that time, or just before the time he gets paid, you do tend to struggle a little bit. So oh, the iPhone 5. You see, there's a thing. I bought, my sister upgraded her contract. Oh, I just about had a heart attack. It's all right, I've got the windows open, and all of a sudden, one of the cats came shooting through the window. I think it was being chased by something, I don't know. But it sort of came through the window quickly, and boom, he'd gone. Yeah, my sister's son actually works for Vodafone. So, of course, because he gets her a cheap deal on her contracts, I think it was just before Christmas, she upgraded a phone. Still on the same contract and everything, but because she'd sort of been with them and on that contract for so long. So basically, obviously, everybody knows that you get this email, you know, you've been with us so long, you've had this contract for so long. We notice you've got this phone. How would you like to upgrade it? So basically, that's what she did. And because her son works for Vodafone, she got a good deal on it. So I actually bought her phone off her for my son, because he were having problems with his phone at the time, not charging or anything. It were, you know, it take it off charge. 5 minutes later, it was sort of like right down to about 3 or 4%. So basically, you know, she had a new phone, and she says, well, basically that phone's mine. So I bought the phone off her for my son for Christmas, you see. And I think, trying to think what phone it is. It's either the S5 or the S6, something like that. But it was better than the one he'd got. See, you know, we couldn't afford at the time to go out and buy him a brand new phone. So, you know, you do what you can with the resources that you've got. Hey, Mark Plays. Hello. Hope you've been out in the sun and walking the doggy. So I've just been telling everyone Mr. P has gone out flying the drone because it's such a glorious day. I stayed behind because I've got jobs to do. I've still got Hi, kitchen time. Hello. I stayed behind. One, I didn't want to go out in the blazing sun because this is the result of yesterday going to Castleton, and it wasn't even as warm as what it is today. And I've got jobs to do around the house. Plus, I wanted to go live. So I says, well, I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to get the jobs done, go live for a little while. And I'm okay. I'm good, thank you. And how are you, kitchen time? You know, here in the UK, it is a gloriously sunny day. The temperatures are in the mid-20s. So all's good. I've got my jobs done. I've got my washing out. So, yeah, everything's good. Would Mark like to come up on the panel? Yes or no? Well, that's it. Same as I say. But obviously, you know that my mum passed away last year, and I had to laugh at the phone she'd got. It only cost her about £9. It didn't do pictures or picture messages or anything. It hadn't got a camera on. It was just your bog standard. And when I say bog standard, I mean bog standard. She didn't even know how to text me, mum, bless her. She didn't even know how to do text messages. And sort of, I'd sat down and sort of said, well, you do this and you do that. But if she got any problems or like she wanted it topping up, she used to come over every 4 weeks for a Sunday lunch. So she used to say, oh, like her hospital appointments, I need to reply to this text message. They sent her a text message saying, can you confirm or whatever that you're going to attend this appointment? And she'd bring it to me to do the text messaging. She didn't even know how to do the text messaging. Same as she said, it was what she, you know, basically to receive and do phone calls, and that's basically all she wanted it for. You know, she couldn't text message. I've tried teaching her a time or two. You do this, you do that, blah blah blah. But it were like she was 77, God rest her soul, and at that age, I mean, they don't pick these things up very. But you see, it's going back to what people prefer as well. I mean, Mr. P has got the S7. He had that just before the S8 came out. And for him, it's good picture quality. It takes good quality videos. So it suits him, if you know what I mean. And everybody's different. You know, you can get people saying, well, I prefer the iPhone. Some people prefer the iPhone. Some people prefer the Samsung. You know, I haven't got a preference really, because same as I say, I don't go on the internet much with it. Like sometimes if I'm, you know, I go in people's live streams in the chat with it, you know, and that's only because we've got the Wi-Fi. You know, it's basically what suits you, if you know what I mean. So that's Callum's uniform ready for tomorrow. Well, you see there again, Topper's Rules just said he doesn't like the iPhone. It's what people's preferences are. Pixie doesn't like the iPhone. He prefers the Samsung. Then again, you've got other people that have, like Nick's just said, he's got the Sony Xperia. Obviously, that works for Equinox. Hi, Rita. How are you? It's gloriously sunny here today. That's why I've got the sundress on, but I'm going to have to make a few modifications because the tag is right here on my neck and it's scratching me to you know what. So I think when the live stream's finished, I'm going to get the scissors out and get it out because it's doing me head in, basically. So And that's the result of going out yesterday with Mr. P with the drone. I got burnt to a crisp on my chest. So I'm trying to stay indoors as much as possible today because I don't want to be like a lobster. Yeah, so yeah, when we went out yesterday, I had my sunglasses on. But the only thing is, there's just normal sunglasses. They're not, I could do with actually getting some, like, I got the duster stuck on the thing now. I could do with getting some, like, sunglasses that are actually glasses incorporated. Because when I wear the sunglasses, I can't see a thing because I'm as blind as that. Here's a challenge for you, Jeanette Pickering. Go on my website, work out which pics were done with my phone and which were done with my DLSR. So yes, so here's the sunglasses. You know, they cover my face. They've got like the little diamante thing. But as I'm looking at you now, I can't read the chat or anything. So I just thought I'd give you a quick modelling of the sunglasses that I've got. So there, but only thing is when I've got them and I can't see a thing. Well, I can see, but I can't any writing or anything. I can't. I could actually do with some that are light glasses, but the sunglasses, if you know what I mean. Okay, coffee rules. Chopper's rules is going to get a coffee. So I'm hoping Mr. P won't be too long because he was just going for a fly in the drone. And obviously here in the UK, it's the bank holiday. So he said the roads was absolutely chock-a-block with you know, people going out for the bank holiday. So he just sort of found a spot, going to get the drone up in the air, and then he'll be straight back home. I'm going to have some lunch, and I'm going to get a few more jobs done after the, you know. So, I mean, going back to Renee, have you ever thought of going to, you know, I mean, obviously, are you in the US or are you in the UK? You know, going to like a pawn shop that, you know, somebody's pawned their phone and can't afford to get it out, or, you know, something like that, you know, a charity shop. I don't know whether people donate their old phones to charity or whatever, you know. I mean, that is just a thought, you know. Yeah, so we were just going back, Rita, we're on about, you know, some people prefer the iPhone, some people prefer the you know, the Samsung. Pixie included, he prefers the Samsung. He got this S7, so it's good picture quality, you know. Oh, you're trying to get the money. But you see, I mean, from my point of view, Renee, and I'm sort of not putting you down or anything, it's not the best idea to go into people's chats begging for money. I mean, this is only like a constructive criticism. You know, I mean, I'm in the same situation. You know, we survive month to month. You know what I mean? There is other people in the same situation that are broke. Well, this is what I was saying, Equinox, you know, couldn't he sort of go to such, you know, as cash converters? I don't know whether they're in the UK or the US. You know, I mean, there is cheap phones out there. You know, it's just a case of finding the right bargain. You know, I mean, as it stands now, I mean, we couldn't afford a new phone if something were to go wrong with mine. You know, we couldn't afford to buy a new phone. So it's, you know, this is life, you know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, from a, you know, from a standpoint, I mean, You know, have you got friends that have, you know, renewing a contract and want to get, you know, it's just a suggestion, you know. I mean, it's not, it doesn't look good on yourself coming into people's life. I mean, you know, not that I'm criticizing you or anything, but, you know, it's, you know, it's, how can I put it? You know, I understand your situation, but it's sort of, it doesn't look good on yourself coming into people's live streams and saying, you know, I need a new phone, you know. Hi, Night Owl, thanks for joining us. You know, I mean, there is solutions out there, you know. You've sort of just got to find them solutions. And same as we've said, you know, have you got a friend that's sort of renewing a contract or getting rid of the old phone? And, you know, you see that this is what Olarita's trying to help Renee out. You know, do you qualify for food stamps? We help out wherever possible. So Renee says, yeah, yes, Rita, I get them. Well, there's another suggestion by Equinox. You could set a GoFundMe page. I mean, just tell them the outline of, you know, you do a YouTube channel, you haven't got the money to buy a phone, you need a set amount to enable you to get a new phone. Rita says you can get a government phone. It's a smartphone nowadays. Well, there you go, Rita. Thank you very much for helping Renee out. I mean, I do appreciate it. You see, I don't know the whats and wherefores of the, you know, how the social system works in the USA. So I can't really, no. No, I didn't, Kate. Hi, Jerry. Some as I say, I mean, I don't know the, you know, the government workings in the USA. I only know sort of the government workings in the social system in the UK. So, you know, I couldn't possibly sort of comment on what to do or where to go, but you could always get in touch with Olarita for advice. And Renee says, I can't get a government phone, Rita. I use my phone a lot to make calls and it's not enough. Oh, you're in Ontario. Same as I say, I don't know the whats and wherefores of the, you know, of the system in the USA. So basically, Renee wants a new phone, and I just said to her, you know, it's yeah, I can understand that Renee wants to get a new phone, but, you know, sort of begging people, you know, people don't like you to come on people's live streams saying, you know, I need this, I need that, you know. But it is a constructive criticism, if you know what I mean. And Olarita says, you can pay extra per month. Oh, Kate's Family Vlog says, a money-making app is Sweatcoin. Simply activate the app outside and boom, start walking every step you earn. You see, Renee, you've said, yeah, Rita, but I don't like the government phones. I mean, you have to take the help where it's offered. I mean, you know, you haven't got the money to buy a new phone. So you have to take whatever's offered to you, basically. Oh, Kate says she found that app yesterday. Wow. Well, I wouldn't earn very much because I can't walk very far. So I'd probably get to the end of the road and back, and that's about it. But yeah, it's a case of, how can I put it? You make do with what you've got. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd like a Land Rover parked outside house, but, you know, I know I can't have it. you know, Mr. P had like a Austin Martin outside house. You know, it's sort of coming back to that thing, you know. You make the most of what you've got or what you're offered, and you know, as you know, you know, I mean, Rita knows what I'm talking about. You make the most of what you've got and what you can afford. You know, from you know, hey, smoke the boards. Hi. Yeah, well, same as I say, this is the thing. What I'm saying, Night Owl. You know, when you've not got the money, beggars can't be choosers, if you know what I mean. You've sort of got to make the most of what you've got, what you can afford. You know, it's you know, it's let's say Olarita was going back to the fact that you can get a government phone. If the government offered me a phone in the UK, I'd snap it off with both hands. You know, you have to make the most of what you've got or what you're being offered. You know, well, this is it. This is what I'm saying, Rita. You have to make do with what you've got. All Rita says, she's got a car. Not a nice one, but it's a good runner. You know, it's same as I say, I'd like a 10-bedroomed mansion, but unless we win lottery, it's never going to happen. You know, I'm sort of just saying, you know, you know, there's only Mr. P working. We're a one-wage household, so you have to make do with what you've got. Well, this is Night Owl. This is exactly what I say to Mr. P. I don't know anything about cars. I says all as far as I'm concerned, it's got an engine and 4 wheels, and it gets me from A to B. Exactly what the Night Owl's just said. You know, it does us for what we need. It gets us from A to B. It's got 4 wheels and it's got an engine. Smoke the Buzz says he buys a lot of secondhand stuff. And Island of Fun says, yeah, I totally agree. You know, if you can get a phone from the government, I would snap it off. I'd grab it with both hands, because you've said that you can't afford a phone, you know, so you have to make do with what you've got. So same as I says, I mean, there's a lot of things I'd like to go on a cruise, but I can't afford it. Yes, we're going on holiday in August, but we're only going to the Isle of Wight. You know, we're not going abroad or anything, because that's all we can afford. And Equinox says stepdaughter has a car, so she helps her. Well, this is it. You know, we sort of people, if our friends need us, or they need a lift anywhere, or can you just take us to hospital, etc. You know, we go out as way to help them. If you know, if they're in a situation where they can't. But having said that, I mean, when Pixie broke his toe, we knew that we could just phone his friend up and say, look, Pixie's broke his toe. He can't physically drive. Will you take him down to the emergency department? So basically, within 5-10 minutes, they was here, picked him up, dropped us off at the emergency department, and as look at it, the person only lived about 10 minutes away. So she says, well, I'll drop you off. As soon as you know, you've been seen and you've had x-ray, everything, just give me a ring and I'll come and pick you back up and take you home. You know, it's Olarita says, my sister-in-law has a government phone and it's not that bad. I thought it was pretty nice. And Equinox says, do you smoke, Renee? But, you know, I mean, I suppose in a way, I mean, we all, you know, we'd like things that we can't afford, but you make do with what you've got. And that's my philosophy. I'm not going to take a massive loan out just to buy something that isn't particularly necessary. So yeah, you know, I mean, is there any subject anybody wants to talk about in particular this morning? Well, I should say this afternoon because it's 1:10. But you know, and if anything, I mean, my mum passed away last year. Yeah, my mum passed away last year, and I keep saying you've got to live life to the full while you're here to enjoy it, because not life isn't guaranteed, and you never know what's around the corner. So make the most of each day and enjoy it, you know, to the max. And Smoke the Bud says, I pay weekly at cash converters. And Olarita says, there are ways around everything. You make do with what you have. Yes, exactly. And this is going back to, you know, same as I say, you know, nothing's guaranteed in life. You don't know what's around the corner. And since my mum's passing, it's sort of, you know, I look at everything positively, if you understand. You know, I look at everything in a positive way, you know. And the Night Owl says, sorry for the change of subject. My son Carter says he loved your accent. Well, that's it. Smoke the Buds has said he got a new laptop, but he was paying weekly cash converters. You know, he couldn't afford to go out and to buy that outright. So, yeah, there is always a way around, you know, things like that. So going back to the comment that the Night Owl says, Pixie is originally from South Yorkshire. Now, I'm from Nottinghamshire in the UK. Now, we do sound very similar because Nottinghamshire is just the next county over from South Yorkshire. So, yeah. So, I mean, people do think that, you know, it's a strange accent. But, you know, I Passion, how are you today? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so I mean, it's like in the US, you've got like all the different states, and each state has got like a different accent, you know, and it's basically the same here in the UK. Oh, you're in Coventry. Yeah, I can remember you saying the other day. I mean, it's like here in the UK, you've got the Birmingham accent, which is, I can't do a Birmingham accent, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But that compared to ours, you know, and then you've got sort of the London accent, the Welsh accent, the Irish accent, and the Scottish accent. And Equinox says the Bristolian accent is the best. We sound like educated farmers. Well, you see, the Night Owl said a lot of people from the UK say people from Canada have an accent, but they also speak French in Canada as well. So you've got parts of Canada that have got the like French accent, and then you've got sort of the part, and it's the same all over the world. You've got people from different, as we call them in the UK, like counties. I mean, Wales is classed as part of the UK, but they speak Welsh as well as English. You've got the people in Scotland that have got like obviously a Scottish accent, So it doesn't matter which country or, you know, whereabouts you are in the world, there is different accents for different parts of that country. Brummy. So yeah, so it's same as I say, it's only the same in the UK, you know. You know, there's like different accents for different counties and different places. And even in Ireland, you've got like Northern Ireland, and then you've got the other part of Ireland, and even they say the difference in the two, you know, the two parts of the country, you know, parts of Ireland, they can tell another person's accent. So, you know, I love hearing the different accents. You know, you've got, you know, the different sort of dialects and different accents, you know, from all over. And as Rita's just said, it's a southern thing, you know. But I love that. I love that because you've got, you know, people from Brooklyn in New York, you've got people from California, you've got people from Texas. And to me, everybody sounds different from the different parts. And the night owl says, yes, exactly. There are different accents everywhere, you know, and same as I say, where Smoke the Bud says, I love the Irish, they are funny. I hit 486 today, said the night owl. I like hearing the comedians that can do the different accents. Well, that's it. Same as I say, it's, you know, I love these comedians that can do the accents, but I can't, if you know what I mean. I can't I can't do a Brummie accent, even though I love the Brummie accent. I couldn't for the life of me do a Brummie accent. I could do my own accent and that's it. You know what I mean? But you see, the difference, because I'm going back to Pixie's from South Yorkshire. I'm from Nottingham. And what you'd call rolls, or I call them cobs. Now, Pixie calls them bread rolls or bread cakes. So there's another difference. I call them cobs, and we laugh at when we're shopping, and I'll say, "Oh, we need some cobs," and he'll say, "No, we don't. We need bread cakes." "No, we don't. We need cobs." And we laugh about it when we're in Asda, and you know, people are looking at us as if to say, "Oh, well, they're having a domestic in middle of Asda," but we're sort of just having a bit of banter, a bit of a laugh, because I call them cobs, and I'll always refer to them as cobs. But Pixie's from South Yorkshire and call them bread cakes. You see, there again, Smoke the Buds UK is from the UK, and he calls them batchers. Same as I say, Chopper's rules. I wouldn't even attempt an Australian. I cannot do accents to save my life. I'd never be a comedian or anything. Oh, CCTV user says buns or stotties in Newcastle. So there you go. This is a bit of an educational thing because, you know, even though sort of me and Pixie are so much alike, I call them cobs and he calls them bread cakes. So, you know, you see, the thing, another thing is, like in the USA, they call what we call crisps are called chips. Now, if anybody says chips to me, it's a potato that you fry in a fryer. You know, what you have with your fish, you have fish and chips. So this is what I'm going back to, the, you know, things of different, you know, and like in the USA, we call it a car bonnet, but they call it a hood in the USA. We call it a boot Oh, pardon me. You know, we call it a bonnet and a boot. Now the Americans call it a hood, or I forgot what the name that they call the boot. You know, the back of the car that you lift up to put your shopping in, basically. Yeah. And Equinox has just said our chips are fries in the USA, and it's what you guys would call a sidewalk, we call a pavement. So this is the difference in the different cultures and the different, you know, the different countries. Yeah, trunk. They call it a trunk and we call it a boot. Now they call the hood, we call it a bonnet. So yeah, it's fascinating to get to learn these different words for, you know, the same as we, you know, same as I say, we call it a pavement, but the American folks like to call it a sidewalk. Yeah, and as Equinox has just said, what we call jam, they call jello. You call a truck a lorry, yes, but it's spelled Lorry. That what you've spelt is a name, a lorry, yeah. So yeah, and the Night Owl says we call a truck a lorry. Yeah. So it's fascinating to me. I mean, I don't know whether you're all the same, but I love to, you know, right, I've just heard a card out. I don't know whether it's Mr. P coming back. Yeah. And Topper's Rule says sidewalk is a footpath. Well, you see, we call it a pavement. You know, so there is, it fascinates me, you know, the different, you know, the different things. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's enjoying the sun. He's enjoying his few days off of work because he was at work Saturday, so he was off yesterday. And obviously, it's a bank holiday here in the UK, so he's enjoying the sun. He's enjoying being able to get out on the. And Chopper's Rule says lorry is a semi-trailer here. You see, this is a thing as well. You see, Chopper Rules refers to like what we call it a truck as a ute, and this is the thing, going back to saying, you know, it fascinates me. Bumpers are fenders. Yeah, that's another one by Equinox by Equinox. Bumpers are fenders in the USA. We also have road trains here. Well, I don't know what you class them in the UK. We've just got trains and a train station, you know. You know, it's like fascinating to hear all these different names for different things, you know. Well, I forgot. I was trying to think of another one then, but it's sort of gone out of my mind. You know what I mean? I mean, let's say, for instance, I bought the what would the Americans call an umbrella? Ah, we don't have them here. Our road laws won't allow it. So there you go. Mr. Equinox is in the know. You know, is an umbrella anywhere you go in the world, or, you know, sunshade or sunglasses. It's just a few sort of things I'm throwing out there, you know. Yeah, an umbrella is the same, but it's like as well. I mean, going back to the thing. I mean, we call like small carpets rugs. Do you call them rugs or whatever? Yeah, Equinox. Well, you see, I either refer to it as an umbrella or a brolly. Yeah, but that's sort of just a, hey, vlog. Have we got ourselves a convoy? We're going back to like the sayings that we've got, because like me and Mr. P always have the argument is he calls them bread cakes and I call them cobs. You know, we've heard them called batchers. We've heard them call whatever. What do they call them in London? They just refer to them as rolls, baps, batches. I've got a friend that actually lives in Whitby, but it's that's sort of classed as sort of Yorkshire, but they call children bairns. Now, I didn't know what the heck she was referring to when she says, oh, little bairn did this or little bairn did that. And I was sort of sat there and went, what the flaming hell is she talking about? But she referred to a child as a bairn. Thank you, Olarita. Thank you for coming in. And Beauty, I from Pittsburgh. You know, and it's, oh, you could refer to them as bairns there too. Same as I say, she's sort of actually from the Whitby, Scarborough area. And I'd sort of known her for years and years and years. And then she sort of mentioned this bairns. And I said, you know, I looked at her going, oh, what the heck are you talking about? You know, this is taking the bairns down to the beach. But you see, where we come from, it's you know, either kids or ankle biters or, you know, in Bristol, we call them daps. Yeah, Chopper's Rule says trainers are sand shoes. So you see, this is, you know, Chopper's Rule says he calls his kids house apes or ankle biters. We see we also refer to them in the UK as ankle biters. Yes. And Barry says he calls them little Would you like an invite up to the panel, Mr. Vlog from the Bog? So, yeah, it's fascinating to hear all these different sort of terms for different things. And it's something I'm fully, you know, it enthralls me, you know what I mean? It's like hearing the different accents, hearing them refer to different things from, you know, from different people. The night owl says they called little monkeys in her house. Oh, hang on a minute. I think I've let me have a look. Chopper's Rules. Let's and there we go. We've got someone new coming on the panel, Mr. Chopper's Rules. I've sent you an invitation. Wasn't referring to kiddies, was referring to train. Yeah, well, same as say we call them trainers. They like sports, footwear. Yeah. Oh, and Equinox says we call trainers daps. So there you go. So hopefully Mr. Chopper's Rule has got the invitation and he can give us a bit of the Australian lingo. Yeah, trainers are sneakers in the US. This is what I'm saying. You know, we call them trainers and people in the US call them sneakers. Yeah, as Equinox says, it's a regional thing. You've got sort of like the Scottish. I mean, obviously they'd refer to it as something else. The Welsh people would refer it, you know. So yes, it does. It does highly fascinate me, Equinox. You know, the different terms for different things, the different dialects, the different accents. You know, the whole thing. It does fascinate me. So we'll just wait for the choppers rolls coming in, and the 3 people that's given me the thumbs down. Thank you very much. It's a view. Everything's good. Vlog from Bog says, all right, Treacle, I'm on the dog and bone right now. I'll give you a butchers in a while. That is the London accent coming out. They refer to everybody as Treacle, and the dog and bone is the phone. I'm just sort of translating here for you. Right now, I'll give you butchers. It means he's going to watch in a little while. So that's that sort of roughly translated. Yeah, CCTV user says it's official, and Mr. Lurkio is in the background. It's official, hottest May Day bank holiday on record. They did say on the weather forecast this morning it was going to be the hottest May Day bank holiday in 40 years. Yes, this is my son. Say hello.
Hello, Lurkio the house.
This is Callum.
Do my little Lurky dance.
Yeah, that's it. That's going back to Booty. Says here in Pittsburgh, some of us call them tennis shoes or tennies or sometimes sneakers. Right, Equinox says, another thing we do in Bristol is I speak to a mate. I say, right, all right, cock. Yeah. All right, me babby. Me baba. You see, that's going back to the individual dialect in the UK. You see, where I come from, we always used to refer to them as babbies. You know, my mate's just had a babby. But then you've got sort of Pixie's mum sort of correcting you and says, it's not a babby, it's a baby. You know, but from where I come, it's a babby. Hey, Marie, you know what I mean? You've sort of got, you know, I don't talk and put a posh accent on. I speak how I speak. And from where I come from, they're referred to as babbies. Or from where I came from, we used to refer to, think about water. We used to call it water. You know what I mean? We used to refer to it as water. But then you've sort of got come here and they say it's not water, it's water. And Equinox says up north they will say, all right, Chuck. Yeah, well, some say the Liverpool accent as well. You know, it is quite a broad accent. But yeah, Aussies call a barbecue Barbie. You know what I mean? Some as I say, I sort of used to get, when I first met Pixie, I used to get pulled up quite a lot because I referred to it as water. Says it's not water, it's water. I says, well, you know, and babbies, babies, you know. But that's me, that's how I talk, you know, like it or lump it. But, you know, I mean, people have got a perception that all people from the UK all talk the same. H2O, that's it. That's what I was trying to think of, Barry. Yeah, and Smoke the Bud says it's council pop. Yeah, well, we used to refer to it as council pop. But, you know, yes, you were right. They called all sorts of things, Marie. Coppers, bobbies, pigs. Some people do refer to them as the pigs. You know, it's well, some as I say, I am who I am, and you know, no matter where I go in the country or where I go in the world, That's just the way I talk. Yeah. You know, I can't change the way I talk. This is how my mum taught me to talk. You know, and you know, don't let anybody say, you know, well, you've got to say this or you've got to say that, and you know, you're not saying it right. You've got to say, you know, you do what you do in your own, you know. Oh, that's another one vlog from the Bog 50. Going back, referring to the Hawaii 50, we mean, yeah, please. Yeah, exactly. Night owl. You know, I couldn't give a monkey's if anybody don't like the way I talk. This is just who I am. This is how I talk. You know, either like it or lump it, so to speak. Yeah, and Smoke the Bud says the filth. They do call them the filth. It's we see this as a thing. Like around this area, we get a lot of and helicopters, the police helicopters, and we'll sit here and we'll say, "Oh, copper choppers out." You know what I mean? Oh, Bill, yeah, that's another one. I think the Pixie's back, but yeah, you know, it's different parts call them different things. You know, it's same as I say. I talk the way I talk, and that's it. You know, 56-year-old, I mean, I'm not going for etiquette lessons or how to talk properly at my age. You know what I mean? I talk the way I talk, and that's it. Equinox, yeah, it says, how do people refer to parents? You know, I mean, you know, people in the US might refer to them as the folks. You know, I mean, to me, I mean, my mum and dad were just my mum and dad. I mean, I didn't call them parents. You know, I just called them my mum and dad. That's it. MNT girl, I love the way you talk. It would go to. Have you got the Hangouts, Choppers? It will be in a Hangouts. And Equinox says, Dad is old man and Mum is old lady. We see this is a thing where I just used to say Mum and Dad.
That's still live, lass.
Yeah.
Hello.
Chopper Rule says he's trying to find link because he said he'd come on. So I've sent him, it come up with his link.
Right.
So I sent it via Google Hangouts.
Okay.
Well, you see, this is the thing. Night Owl says, hi, Pixie.
Hello, Night Owl. I think I bet you.
Oh. I don't complain, dear.
I'm not going to say.
It's all right, Pixie's just coming. He says, I think I've caught sun. I think I've caught sun on my arms. He says, I says, well, don't moan, dear. Barry says, look out, there's a Pixie about. And Smoke the Bud says he's from Coventry, says hi.
Hello.
Right. The invitation, it should have posted a link in Google Hangouts or an invitation to join. Do you want to come and try and explain to him how to get that link, baby? Because I'm not.
Has he downloaded Hangouts?
And Night Owl says on sunburn, ouch. Well, basically, I sent you the link, Chopper's Rules, through the Hangouts. So that link or that invitation should be in your Hangouts. Oh, and Vlog from the Bog says it's better to catch the sun than catch crabs. Lol.
I don't know. If you've caught crabs, it doesn't mean you've had a good time.
So I don't know whether. I don't think he was referring to the, you know, the one with 6 legs. night owl. It was referring to some.
STD.
Yes, an STI. We see here in the UK an STI is crabs.
STD, they're called.
Marie says, I'm a New Yorker out here in Dutch country, so imagine that. But yeah, it's some as I say, even in the UK, I mean, you know, yeah, or STD or STI, sexually transmitted infection or sexually transmitted diseases. But yeah, that's what we refer to in the UK as crabs. So I thought I'd just explain that one to you.
That was a bit fishy, that was.
Ha ha ha. Mr. P's trying to make a joke. Not very successfully, I might add.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, it's trying to get my monkeys off to school. Oh, I say my son's off school today, you see, because it's a bank holiday here in the UK. So, Equinox says we just refer to it as the dose. And Marie says she thinks old man and old lady sound disrespectful. Same as I say, I mean, I don't really know because I just used to refer to mine as mum and dad, you know, end of. You know, and it's like a lot of grown-up children still refer to the parents as mummy and daddy. It says, sorry, I have to update Google Hangouts.
In about an hour.
Or as I call it, DOS, dirty old scrubber. But yeah, you know, it's going back to the different dialects, the different meanings for things, you know. You see, another thing here in the UK, what Mr. P had referred to as football or footy, in the UK, in the US, it's referred to as soccer because their football is like our rugby, you know, where you catch the ball and run with it. I mean, we here in the UK, that is rugby to us. I'll tell you what, I'll send it to you again. It should say, it should come up as ringing, you know, and you either accept or decline. I think that's what. I've posted the, sent you the invitation again, Chopper's Rule. But, you know, it's either footy, football, but in America, it's soccer. Because football in America is like our rugby, you know, where they catch the ball and run like the clappers. Yeah, Equinox is pointing out, Marie, it's more of a chatting between mates. If I'm chatting to my mate, I'll say something like, my old man went to the footy last week. It is like, from the English perspective or point of view, it's a term of endearment, you know, the old man. I mean, like, you know, we refer to husbands as ball and chain or him or her indoors, or me old man, or you know what I mean. It's basically what we class as a term of endearment, not meaning it in a disrespectful way. It is like a term of endearment, really. Callum, will you pour me a drink of juice out, please?
I've not seen that match, no. What? I've not seen that match, no.
Equinox says, oh, my old dear, cooked bangers and mash. Yeah, some as I say, everybody refers to the other half differently. You know, ball and chain or missus. We, you know, Pixie sometimes refers to us as the missus. You know what I mean? it's all boiling down to terms of endearment for somebody that you love. Yeah, and as Night Owl says, you all like to call it football or footy, and we call it soccer, and that's exactly what I said. But you see, like, your American football is close in relation to what we call rugby.
Yeah, but they're wolves because they've got to use an helmet.
Right.
What?
Where there's a will, there's a way. Choppers rules.
No.
What did you say about it? What did you say about Tom? I mean, why?
Right, Choppers rules. It's been sent as an email. The link will be in your email. But it's same as I say, it fascinates me, you know, the different, you know. But you see, the thing is, in our rugby, the only protection that our rugby players have is like a head thing, and not always that. But you see, hey, Hazelnut's channel, yeah, you know, you see the American football players, they've got the shoulder pads, they've got the helmet on with a face guard, you know, they've got a lot of protection. But our rugby probably ain't as fast paced and as energetic, as I call it, as the American football. You know, they're not protected in any way. Somewhere head, like soft head protection, but that's about it. And a gum shield, yes, as Nick's reliably. Yeah, and Night Owl says they're protected to the hilt in our football. We see when our rugby players don't wear, some wear protection, some just wear like a, what I call like a soft head protector. You know what I mean? Can I pour me a drink out, baby?
No.
Oh, well, you pour me a drink. You know, so this is the difference in, you know, the different games and whatever. You know, in different parts of the UK, they play a game that's called lacrosse. Now, I've never understood it.
Basically, like
and
hockey.
it's like hockey, but you've got like on your hockey stick, like a net, and you catch the ball and you throw it. I mean, I don't.
A lot in America.
And we've also got a game called croquet in the UK, and basically you stand on a lawn. It's like different like hoops, and you're just knocking a ball through these hoops. Now, I don't understand it. What?
Would you want a roast chicken sandwich?
Yes, please.
Two.
Could have got some crisps.
No.
No, I'll say you could have got some. Yeah. I'll have a couple then, please. Yeah, so yeah, we've got lacrosse, and Night Owl says her son plays lacrosse. Sorry about that, I'm thirsty. I am here, but I cannot talk to you. Oh, it's there, but it's got his thing, the microphone muted. You need to unmute your microphone. If you can see where to unmute your microphone. You know, in the window, you've got a man with a cross at the side of it, and then you've got a microphone with a line through it. You need to press on that, and it will unmute your microphone. I can't do it from my end. And now, yeah, that's it.
Hey,
got it. Yeah. And for everybody in the chat, this is Choppers Rules.
Hi, guys.
From sunny Australia.
Yeah, at the moment it's dark.
Well, as you can see, it's absolutely glorious here, Choppers. Pixie's
Hang on, mate. I'll see if I can put a bit more.
Yeah, look, it's had to close the curtains too a little bit. It's glorious sunshine here. And Nightowl says she'll have a few sandwiches. And Nightowl says, hey, Choppers.
Hey, Night Owl, how you going? I'm watching you on my tablet, and I'm also watching on the big computer so I can read the text.
Oh, you can read the chat.
Yeah, there's a time delay from here to the computer.
Yeah, well, that's the difference. You see, with the Hangouts, it's sort of, as you're talking, people hear you as you're talking. But on the chat, it's like got a slight, you know, the YouTube page, it's got a slight delay. And Nightowl says, I'm good, how are you?
Mate, not too bad tonight. It's about 23 degrees here.
Bloke from the box says, can I have a sandwich, please, Chris?
No.
He's not.
Yeah, where's my stanger?
And Marie says it's a little chilly there today. Same as I say. What were the temperature in the car?
26 on the way back.
Yeah, Pixie's just said on the way back it was 26 degrees.
Oh, nice. This is one of the stickers I'm going to send you, Jeanette.
Oh,
that's my sticker.
Cool.
Sorry if it's a bit dark. Hang on.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Hey, food farmers. I am welcome to Chopper's Rules. Is doing me a parcel from all the way from Australia, and it's just shown me a sticker that it'll be.
Yeah, I only get paid once a month, so when I get paid towards the end of this month, I'll send it off for you.
Oh, that's fine. Same as I say. Once I receive yours, I'll get you one. You know, put together. We're in the same boat. I mean, Pixie don't get paid till the 17th, so it's sort of, you know, a couple of weeks away. So you know, same as I was saying earlier on in the chat. I mean, we all have, you know, this. You know, he only gets paid once a month, and sort of by this time of the month, it's sort of things is getting a bit sparse on the ground, if you know what I mean. And Nightowl says,
I do.
Nightowl says that's a really nice sticker.
Oh, thank you.
I think what I'll do is as well. I haven't actually got any stickers from mine, which I'm probably going to have to do.
Yeah.
But I printed some out for Pixie. We've got the A4 size, and then we've got some like the size that you've said. So I can send you a Pixie's channel.
Yeah, that'd be great. The only deal I got was stickers. Anybody can send me a sticker to just PM me. But the only thing is, all I want in return is something from their town. Whether they send me a sticker from their town, a badge, whatever. As long as it says something about their town or wherever they are, I'm happy.
Oh, Nick says he's going to come on the panel as well. And Marie, yes, Callum did say that that you'd spoke to him on the messenger, on Facebook Messenger. He did tell me that he'd spoke to you. And Nightowl says, yes, make some, Jeanette. Well, same as I said, you know, I didn't realise that my channel was going to grow as fast as what it has done.
Yeah.
So, you know.
This is my little baby girl here. This is one of my kitties.
Oh, all of ours are out making the most of the sunshine. Chopper's Rule. Yeah. You know.
This is my little girl, Ricky. She's my oldest kitty.
You know, you don't see. I'll just see if I can. I've got you, Nick.
The worst part is I still didn't get me coffee. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Ricky.
Nah.
Sprayed a bit too much, Dad. You got it all.
You see, I
sprayed a bit too much.
Sent Equinox a link yesterday and now it's not letting me do it.
Oh.
So if you want to, I know why. I know. Yeah, no.
Hey, where's my sandwich, Pixie?
Yeah.
Where's my sandwich? Jeez, man.
It says, where's his sandwich?
Dirty Gates is flying over to Australia as we speak.
Hey, you guys are welcome here anytime, mate. No dramas at all.
Hi, Ruby Slippers. If you want to type your email address in, Nick, I will remove it as soon as I've copied and pasted it. Some as I say, I did it yesterday, but obviously it's not coming up in my circle. So sorry.
Yeah, I had a lot of troubles getting on the Google Plus myself, or Google Hangouts. Once I went in through the email address, it got me straight there. I don't know what the problem was, but oh well.
Oh.
Hey, Food Forest, there you go.
If you want to put your email in the chat, yeah. Okay, then.
There he goes. It's in there.
Baby, you in the thing. You want to remove that for me?
I'm not going to.
It's a harsh reality, but one all sportsmen and women must face up to, even at the outset of their careers. Leon McKenzie has made it.
It don't matter. Oh, he's retracted it. He's done it himself. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, I have sent the link to Nick, which is Equinox Photography. I'm sorry, I'm eating while I'm live.
Oh, that's okay, mate. I'm just trying to get a bit more light on my face so you can see me. I don't want to scare too many people. Oh, nah, that's no good either. You still can't see me.
It's fine. I can see you fine.
Right. I don't want to put too many lights on because I'm the only one that's awake at the moment. It's 5 to 11 p.m. on Monday night here.
I was just going to ask you that. What time is it? I mean, it's 5 to 2 p.m. here in the UK.
Equinox has just put his email address up again.
Oh, okay.
He said he made a spelling mistake.
Oh, so that'll be going to somebody totally different.
One in the cyberspace.
I'm going to stay out in the great blue yonder there.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, wow, it's 8:55 a.m. in Ontario. Oh, wow. Is that Ontario, Canada night out?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I used to talk to a guy in Ontario. I can't think of his name now. He used to build a lot of push bikes.
Have you seen Crimson Fantasy come into our live streams? He's from I think he's from Ontario in Canada as well.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And then
I've actually got a couple of YouTubers that are actually in Townsville, so that's not too bad. I have contacted them.
I bet Aussie Mark's one of them.
My little girl's tapping me on the arm here. What do you want? Hey, you're all right. I think she just wants that.
In Aussie Mark from Townsville.
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah. He lives about 10 minutes away from me.
At Night Owl says, nice. Mrs. So I can't pronounce that. Crimson is from. Have a good day. Bye, everyone. Have a busy day, and we'll stop back again. Thank you, Food Forest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
see you, Food Forest.
I know it's sort of from Canada. I ain't sure whether it's Ontario or what. Him say, you see, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, sure.
You know, you sort of. Well, all I know is he's from Canada. I'm not quite sure. You know, I've got a friend of a friend, and they're in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
But
well, while you're having a chew on your sandwich, I'm just going to go and get a cold drink. I shall return.
Okay, then. Thank you. Oh. Well, I copied and pasted the link that you gave me, Nick, and
Send it to his email.
yeah. I'll just I'll sort of do a I'm going to send it to your email as well, Nick. It's basically, I will email you the link. So one way or another, we'll get you in. So I have emailed you the link as well now. So, as they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Ruby Slipper says, just getting my morning started. Well, we're just having lunch, if you're wondering what.
I just got to take this little girl into my daughter's room and I'll be back again. Sorry, a bit of pain.
Bye, Kitty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Food Forest is in Vancouver Island, British Columbia. So Food Forest is from Canada as well.
Oops. Almost forgot my caffeine. We're good now.
Food Forest says he's in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, in Canada.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I'm actually in Townsville, Queensland, Australia.
And Night Owl says she's got to have breakfast yet. I'm saying we're just having lunch.
I had tea, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours ago, nearly 6 hours ago.
This is another thing that sort of, you know, some people are just having breakfast. You're in the future because you're ahead of us, and it's night time there, and it's like mid-afternoon here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it.
Well, same as I say, I've sent Equinox 2 links, one via Hangouts and one via his email, so one way or the other he should get in.
Yeah, well, as I said, I couldn't find it on Google Hangouts, but once you send it to my email address, I clicked on it, and my tablet brought me straight in, no dramas.
Well, that's it. That's exactly what I've done to Nick, because he's saying that there wasn't no link.
Yeah.
So I did exactly what I did with you when I emailed it to him. And, you know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Night Owl said I lived in Vancouver for 4 years. My oldest son was born there. Oh, nice. I lived in Tasmania for 5 years.
Well, you see, this is the thing. When I go back to the, like, Pixie's from South Yorkshire and I'm from Nottinghamshire.
Yeah.
And
it's all right, I spilled my coffee.
Oh, you spilled it? Yeah, that's no good. Oh.
I miss me mouth.
You know what Pixie says when I say that's you know, that's a feat in itself, missing your mouth. How could you miss that?
It's a feat if I miss mine. It's usually a big mouth.
And Equinox says, no, still not got it. Right, put your email again in, Nick.
Night Owl wants to know what it's like here. Mate, it's pretty good. If you can, tune into my chat at, well, it's 8:30 a.m. Sunday, my time, but I think it's about 7:30 or 6:30 or something US time. I'm not quite sure what it is in the UK. And it's usually daylight around then. It's usually in the morning. And if I take my tablet here, I can actually walk around the yard and the house and give you a look around the place.
Well, myself and Pixie tuned into your live stream last Sunday, but obviously with going out with the drone and everything was hectic, like here yesterday. So you sort of like, because we spent most of the morning going into the afternoon out.
Yep.
You have to catch up on things when you get back, don't you? Because plus we have a, you know.
Equinox is still having problems. You sent your email address through again.
Yeah, I'll just, hang on a minute. Just copy and paste that again, Nick.
Ruby Slippers, 8 a.m. now here, 7 in California. Ah, okay. Well, at the moment, it is 3 minutes past 11 p.m. Monday.
Yeah, it's Chopper's rule is in the future.
I
Now,
might have to put my headphones on. 'Cause I'm starting to peeve a few people off here. I think. Hang on.
I've just
Now,
sent,
fingers crossed you can still hear me.
I've just sent it, Nick, via email.
Yeah, I'll try not to. Or is it easier if I just take the headphones off? Yeah, my daughter's complaining about my noise.
Mm.
I suppose it is school night here. Hello, little miss. Grumpy cat just.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he was.
Oh, there, yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he goes. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he was.
Oh, there, yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he goes.
Hey.
There he is.
In the house.
Oh, there, yeah.
Have I got sound as well?
There he is. So I might have just turn my volume down. I'm going to get in trouble for talking too loud here soon. There he is.
In the house. Said where there are will, there are way.
There he is. So I might have just turn my volume.
Has somebody got the sound on the
All the
YouTube channel?
Australian channels.
No, that was me. I've just
I'm not sure, Night Owl. What's all here, mate? Sorry, Jeanette. Night Owl was just asking a question.
Is it all there in Australia? Ooh. Hey, Crimson's in the house.
Hey, Crimson.
Ruby Slippers says it's supposed to get 32, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. I think we'll be sort of not far behind you there, Ruby Slippers, because it's up in the 20s today already. Is it the same way you are, Nick?
Oh, is it fall? Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, mate, it's autumn, I think. The daytime temperatures are around 30, 32 degrees, and the nighttime temperatures are down to about 19, 20 here at the moment. I was just toying with the idea about turning the air conditioning on.
I shown a friend of mine this photograph, and I don't think Nick's seen it. I don't know whether he has or not, but this was took when I was about 12, 13 years old, and I'm just going to show it you. Look.
Nice.
Can you see the colour of my hair?
Just turn it a little bit to your left. No, yeah, that's it. Whoa, right there. Now we can see you. Huh? Awesome.
And that's why I burn so easily, because of the colour of my hair.
Oh, Night Owl says it's spring there.
So, yes, if you didn't know, I'm the one with the ginger hair.
I don't have any hair, mate. That's the problem. If I take that off, I'll be chroming, mate.
Wow, do you know, is that normal for the year in the UK? No. Funny thing is, it's very unseasonable for it to be this warm. It sort of starts getting a little bit warmer about this time of year, but to have them sort of temperatures in the UK, and the weather forecast did say basically it's going to be the hottest day on record so far in 40 years. So,
What's this bank holiday?
yes, the hottest bank holiday in 40 years.
I just looked at my temperature here. It's 23 degrees C, 60 and 81% humidity.
Oh, wow.
It's hot.
It did also because it gives you the the pollen count. And for all Pixie and myself included, both suffer from hay fever, and we knew about it this morning because we'd left the windows open last night when we went to bed, and we both woke up and were like rubbing his eyes and got sniffles and everything. And Ruby Slipper says there's not much change since the pick. Well, no, only old age. To put a
I'm just
finer
old and cranky.
to put a finer point on it. No, I haven't changed the deal since that picture, and I was only, I can't remember whether I was 12 or 13. So no, I haven't changed the deal, like, except got older. And Crimson says it's nice there in Canada too.
Yeah.
Oh, Alison.
Winter here.
I didn't see Alison sneaking. She's another fellow Brit. She says, hi there, loving the sun. We are too, same as I say. I only went out for a bit yesterday, and this is hence the reason why I get like this. Because it burns me to a crisp.
Fair enough. Whoop, your little girl's just gone.
You can
must be hungry.
I mean, you don't have to type in the chat.
Yeah, I know.
So, what have you been out with your drone today? Then have you?
No, I get it later. It's too hot for me.
Well, this is the reason why I stopped behind and Pixie went out with the drones. One, I only went outside for 5 minutes to hang my washing out, and I could feel it burning back of my neck then. You know, and same as I said with, you know, hence the picture that's the natural colour of my hair, and it burns me to a crisp, basically.
Well, I'll go out later and I'll meet Mrs. B from the from work.
Oh, she's at work today, is she?
Yeah, working.
Oh. Well, we're back to normality tomorrow because Callum's back at school and Pixie's back at work, so old Crimson's doing his cleaning. And come and do
yeah,
mine.
we had a public holiday here too.
Hey. How you been, night? It's all right, I'm looking back.
What you doing, Chris?
No,
she doesn't want to say hi. She's getting grumpy.
Oh, she don't want to come and say hello.
No, you can't. Oh no. What are you doing to my kitty? This is a good thing about having a tablet. Hello. There she is. That's my daughter, Chris.
Hiya.
And her cat. This is Jeanette in the UK.
Hello.
And
Hey, Mr. P.
Yeah. That's the old man as we refer to.
Hello, buddy cat.
That's little grumpy and big grumpy. See, that's a good thing about having this tablet. I can wander around the house and I can give people a look around my yard and from where I am on. I'm in a high blocked house, so you get to see a lot of around where my neighbourhood is.
Luna, Ashley, no.
Is she biting? Is she?
Kissing.
Oh.
Luna, Ashley.
Good result yesterday for the Blades. Beat that horrible lot down the road.
Did you hear that?
Hmm?
Nick says, I'm glad the Blades beat that horrible lot down the road.
I was getting worried.
Well, we
It's a case of human versus cat. I got $5 on the cat.
Well, they aren't honest to each other, you know, because Tucker the ginger one, he not leave Mr. P alone, and Lucy's sort of, you know, well, I'm his girl sort of thing, and they sort of like pushing and shoving each other out of the way for his affections, and then occasionally Lucy puts her foot down and she'll go at him as if to say, well, it were mine first before it were yours.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Jet, you know the brown puppy that was on my chat.
Yeah.
He got his forever home today.
Cool.
He's been adopted, so it looks like I'll be losing him in the next couple of days.
Well, it's nice that, you know, that you found him that forever home. And our going back to my chat yesterday, I was saying that my sister adopted. She'd already got what we call, I don't know whether have you heard of the breed of dog Shih Tzu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she had a Shih Tzu from being a puppy, and then last year, just before Christmas, she adopted one. I don't know whether it was via the RSPCA or whatever, but She was only just over a year old, and they'd already. She was in a puppy farm, basically.
Yeah.
They'd already.
Oh, look at that doggy.
What's his name? Her name?
Molly.
Oh, Molly. Obviously, it's a girl then. Yeah. So she adopted this this dog, similar to a Shih Tzu. I don't know exactly what sort of breed she's supposed to be, but they. Somebody, I think it were the RSPCA or one of the Cats Protection or whatever, rescued her from a puppy farm, and she was only a year old, and they'd already bred her 3 times.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And
the council here actually closed down the RSPCA. There's no more RSPCA in Townsville, and all the like Angel Paws that we deal with, that we foster through, and all the other animal places are just inundated with animals now. Because they're supposed to have a no-kill policy, but I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them.
No, well, you see, this is the thing with the one that my sister adopted. She was totally the opposite. Basically, it took months and months and months to get her out of her shell. She was very wary of human beings. She were, you know, she were very timid. She weren't sure, even of my sister or a partner, she weren't sure about the other dog. But
yeah,
it's got to the point now where, you know, she's had a like 7 or 8 months now, but she's sort of just, what I say, getting back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, she's
the old Jet was Jet was dumped, and Titan, my other dog, he was dumped as well. So Titan was dumped at Charters Towers, which is about an hour and a half that way, and I'm not quite sure where Jet was dumped, but we got him from the Burdekin, which is about an hour that way, and he was on death row. He was supposed to be put down the day that we picked him up, so we thought, well, no, he's not going to die. We'll look after him until we can find him a home. So that's what we've done.
Kate says she's same as Crimson. You're on the TV, so we're all in on the big television. Hello.
Actually, I never thought of doing that. I got the big TV over there. I could have put you guys on that.
You see, the thing is, on this telly down here, because I've got like a big 47-inch telly. I'll turn it round and show you. I've got my I'm signed into this one. So obviously, like when Pixie does his drone, he likes to see it on the big telly. So
no, I do that.
The television.
I watch YouTube and everything.
Yeah, it's slightly. I mean, we've got Sky Television, so basically, you scroll down, and it says online videos, I think it is. And then you press that, and then it says apps, and there's like a Red Bull, Vivo, and YouTube. You know, so you know, it's just a case of you scroll over to the YouTube icon, press that, and obviously, I'm signed into this telly down here. Now we've got a smaller telly upstairs, and Pixie's signed into that one upstairs. But having said that, it's not. You see, like when he were rewatching the drone footage that he did yesterday, because it's filmed in 4K, but that telly upstairs isn't a 4K television. It's not as crisp and clear. Hey, Mary.
I was just going to say, in the UK, they brought out a new law that all dogs got to be microchip now.
Yes, yeah. We see this.
Yeah, they have the same here too.
You see, as responsible pet owners, all our cats is chipped. They've all been neutered. You know what I mean? Because we've got 2 boys and 1 girl, and obviously, you know, not just for that reason.
All my animals will be desexed as well. So,
which is
the biggest problem I got on the TV is I don't know how to sign into YouTube on it, and my young fella's asleep, so I've got to wait until tomorrow so he can get me to show you how to do it.
Well, it's a case of just have a fiddle about with it, and same as I say, I mean, you know,
I don't know, mate. It's a smart TV with a dumb user.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not all that technologically minded. You know, Pixie has to edit all my vlogs that I do. You know, You know, I've sort of, and if you'd have seen one of the very first live streams I did, it were an absolute shambles because Pixie had gone to the football. I got one of my friends saying, well, you do this, you do that. I got Pixie up phone saying, well, I've got this far, what do I do now? You know what I mean? And
yeah, mine was the same.
he sat watching football, you know, and about an hour later, I eventually managed it.
Yeah, my first live stream was I'm on the phone talking to my daughter, saying, "Am I on? Am I on? Can you see me?"
Well, that were like same thing with me, same as I say. But now I've sort of done it a few times. It's like, you know, I know how to invite people. You know, you know, I set it up. I set the live stream up. I do it via Google Hangouts. Blah blah blah. I can invite people up. You know, not a say. And going back to this thing with phones as well. I mean, same as I say, my mum didn't even know how to text. You know, she hadn't got a phone with a camera on or nothing. You know.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to do this. I don't know how to invite people on here yet, but I'll get Aussie Mark to show me. Him and I'll get a free day or something. I'll get him to show me how to do it.
Yeah, well, that's it. Same as I say. I mean, there is tutorials out there as well. So, but when I was setting up this morning, I did something that I did like a thumbnail thing. I'd never done that before. And basically, it tells people that you're going to go live. And I'd never done that before.
Okay.
But I actually managed to do that myself. Night Owl says, that reminds me, when are you making the red velvet cake? I'll be making it shortly in a little while. I don't know whether the vlog will be up today because Pixie's editing his own, like, drone footage at the moment. So it's a case if it don't get put up tomorrow, today, it will be going up tomorrow. So,
I upload off my tablet. That's what I'm on now.
I have got the recipe ready.
Cool. When I do mine, I do all mine in one hit because I haven't got any editing software on my tablet. So if I make a balls up on it, I've just got to hit pause and start again.
Oh, Night Owl says that's fine. I just want to see it. Well, same as I say, if the vlog isn't up today, it will definitely be up tomorrow. I am actually going to make it later, but it's, you know, the jobs I've got to do, plus doing the vlog. So, it's just a case of, you know, it's it'll be up when it's up. Basically, you know, I will be making it at some point. It's just same as I say, I can't do the editing myself, so Pixie has to do it for me. It keeps going on at me, you know. Yeah, you know, you're going to have to learn to do your own editing, blah blah blah. It would be quicker in a sense because if I were recording it, you know, if Pixie recorded it for me, it could say, right, here's the footage, you know, edit it yourself sort of thing. But
Yeah.
Marie, Marie says, sorry, I meant to delete my statement, not the Night Owls. Well, these things happen. These things happen. Same as I say, we've all been there. We've all done that.
I only know how to turn the computer on and get onto YouTube. That's all I know how to do on it.
I mean, I was in a live stream one day, and I was actually on my phone, and like I was flicking through things, and I actually timed Mel out by mistake. Yeah, and Pixie's Nightbot time cab 7 out. Because the Nightbot program, obviously it's a program, you put certain commands in, and as you know, cab 7 types in capitals a lot of the time, and he must have put some emojis or whatever in, and basically as soon as he typed a message, that rip, boom, we were gone. Oh, Marie says, I was saying Callum is very sweet. And this is going back to the thing where, yes, he's been brought up properly. He's been brought up to be polite. You know.
Oh, just what I think. Sorry, you know how we were talking about road trains. Road trains here in Australia is semi-trailer with 5 trailers connected on behind it, one after the other. That's what we call a road train.
Yeah.
I tried to type it in on my phone, but it didn't work.
Like here in this country, I think the maximum amount of trailers that, as we call them, lorries, I think it's 2 or 3, I think, here in the UK. I'm not sure.
Okay. I used to drive freight in the trucks from where I am in Townsville to Darwin. Now, that's a 30-hour one-way trip. That's 30 hours it takes you to go from where I am in Townsville out to the border of Queensland, the Northern Territory, then up to Darwin. So that'll give you a bit of an idea how big this place really is.
Oh.
And we carry 200 tonne.
Oh, Ruby Slippers says the bus is about here. Got to go. Thanks for coming in, Ruby Slippers. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Yeah, Nick says heavy loads need a police escort in the UK. Does your, I mean, the lorries here in the UK are fitted with a tachograph, and they only
yeah, they have a speed limiter here. With one or two trailers, you're allowed 100 kilometres an hour. With 3 or more trailers, you're allowed 90 kilometres an hour on the open road.
You see, these are fitted with tachographs, so you're only allowed to drive a certain amount of hours in a 24-hour period. Here in
I'm with you. Yeah, we have the same here. You're allowed to drive for 12 hours, but you got to have a 8-hour break.
Yeah, I'm going to say that sounds a bit similar to what we've got in the UK, because they're fitted with this tachograph and it records like when you stop in and how long you're stopping for and all this.
Yeah.
And basically, when you've ended your shift, you hand that tachograph into your boss or whatever, but you're only allowed to, you can only drive for so long without having a break, or you can only drive a certain amount of time in like a 24-hour period.
I don't know whether you can see it or not, but this is a road train here in Australia. That's only got 3 trailers. Some of the people call them a centipede because I've got 100 wheels.
Wow!
But that's only a baby, that one.
Nick says Quest do a show called Road Truckers. I think it's Ice Road Truckers. I think the one that you're referring to, Nick.
They do have one here in Australia called Outback Truckers. This one in Australia, this was going for a world record.
Oh my God!
They were going for a world record. That's one truck pulling all those trailers.
Oh my God!
I think that one was about 5 or 6 kilometres long.
I was going to say, it looks like it needs road all to itself by the looks of things.
Pretty much. Oh, here's a good one. If I can bring it up a bit clearer. That's with 4 trailers. That's the legally what you're allowed to drive in Australia on the roads.
Yeah.
And that's actually a road he's driving on too. That's one of the highways.
Yeah. And Mary Clennon says, "Oh my heavens." Well, this is it. Same as I say, you've got to imagine that if your pickup or your drop off is like 30 hours away, you've got to take, you know, when you've got a lot to deliver or a lot to pick up, etc. You've got to do that because you can't sort of go 30 hours and then come back and then go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when we in Queensland, you're only allowed to have 1 driver. When you cross the border, like from Queensland to the Northern Territory, you're allowed to call what we call double up. That's where you're allowed 2 drivers to drive the 1 truck.
Like a co-driver, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, so that helps you do your 30 hours really easy. Why? Oh, my daughter's cracking up because people are dumping their cups everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I got my cup here. gonna pass me, Jack?
And Nick, it says our roads aren't big enough for that. So, well, yeah. Same as I say, you know, like our motorways or our they're just not big enough for that sort of size, you know, trailer and whatever.
Yeah, here's my oldest boy. This is Jack. He's our oldest kitty. He's 12.
Wow.
Aren't you? And you're grumpy. And you're grumpy, aren't you? Hey, you grumpy? Oh yeah, all right. So yeah, no, there is a lot of dirt roads in Australia, but most of them lead to properties, and some of the properties are so big you could probably fit England inside one of the properties here.
Well, this is it, and sort of when you same as you say, when you're doing like a large drop off and sort of it's hours between towns and whatever, you've got to sort of fit as much in as you. And Nick's just said motorways are freeways in the States. Not sure what they are in Australia.
We just call them highways. We have what they call the Bruce Highway. That goes from the top end of it.
I think Chopper's is frozen.
I'm frozen or you frozen?
Oh.
Up your back.
I'm going to say you'd frozen, so I just said that. I don't know whether it's my end or whether it's Chopper's end.
No, you disappeared on me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like I was saying, the highway, we have what they call a state highway that runs all the way around the outskirts of Australia, and that's Highway 1. But we call the Bruce Highway here the Bruce Holway. Been under construction since the day it was made. I still haven't finished it. There's holes in it everywhere. Mary likes my kitty. I got 4 of them, Mary. I've got 4 kitties.
It's like here in the UK, nearly all the roads, motorways, you name it, they're all full of potholes. I mean,
some of the potholes are big enough here will swallow a truck.
You know, we have a laugh about it because we went over to see Eagle VP, which is about an hour, well, roughly about an hour and a half away from us. And there's one particular part of the road, and we're sort of driving along, and it's as smooth as anything. And then you go onto this, and you're going as you're driving, you know, and it's sort of smooth, hard.
Well, we've got one highway. We got one highway here in Australia. We call the Gun Barrel. Now the Gun Barrel Highway is so straight and so long that you can actually see the curvature of the earth.
Oh wow!
It's so boring that they actually put signs up on the road there for people to read so they don't drive off the road. My boy's just taken over my chair. There he is. I was going to sit on that chair. I was going to change chairs. The one I'm sitting on is a bit rickety, but oh, well. I lost my chair again.
That's why I sit here on the sofa. It's nice and comfortable. I ain't got no cats invading my space, so...
I thought about that, but I can't see the computer screen unless I put you up on the big thing.
Say that again.
Have you driven trucks for a long time? Yeah, Mary, I started driving trucks when I was about 17. I worked for IPEC Transport here in Australia. So, and I'm 51 this year, but I've given up driving trucks, mate. I gave it up when my first daughter was born. And that was 19 years ago. So.
Well, you're younger than me then.
Mate, I feel about 200-year-old this morning. I got out of bed and everything hurt.
When I get up.
That foot's going to fall off, Jack.
The night owl says, all right, mates, I need to go eat. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Enjoy your day, and you too, Night Owl.
No worries, Night Owl. See you, mate. It's 11:30 here in Australia.
Well, right, I'm coming off live stream as I'm buffering terribly. Well, I was just about to say I've been going over 2 hours, so I am going to go and get my vlog started and do a few jobs before I do my vlog. So I want to thank Chopper's Rules for coming in. I want to thank Nick from Equinox Photography for joining us, and everybody in the chat, Mary, Night Owl, Ruby Slippers, Marie Kaplinger. So
Mary says I'm younger than her.
yeah. Night Owl says bye, Pixie.
Bye.
Well, I'm the oldest then because I'm 56 in September. So there you go.
Well, I got out of bed this morning. Everything hurt, and I thought I was dead.
I know that feeling. Know that feeling.
Actually, I thought I was alive. If nothing hurt, then I thought I was dead.
Yeah. So I want to
you,
thank
Jake?
everybody for coming in, and we've still got 11 viewers, and I'm sorry to the 11 viewers, but I'm just going to shut the stream down. I've got things to do. Got a man to see about a dog, etc. That's another saying here in the UK. When you've got to get things done, you're going to see a man about a dog. So I'll see you all on the next one.
No worries.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Bye.
No worries, mate. See ya.